How's it going, dirtbags, degens, and hedge fund lurkers? It's your boy Max. I'm back. We're looking at Investor Central Club, and we're going to do a deep dive into some of our biggest trades of the day today. So to kick things off, let's talk about Mr. AKA the Bitcoin on NASDAQ. They dropped $9.6 million on $305 calls expiring next week. That is some serious conviction. Not next week, this week actually, 4/17. They're basically banking on Bitcoin mooning or crying into their ledger. Probably crying into their ledger, maybe. I don't know. Go look at Printing Tendy's tweets too, because that also will give you some insight. The implied move here is barely a 0.5%, which is wild considering MicroStrategy trades like it's on amphetamines 99% of the time. If you're bold and slightly unhinged, lotto calls here could work, but keep that stop tight unless you want to donate to Sailor's Yacht Fund. Now, next up, we have the tech bros reloading. Big tech is either bracing for earnings or they're expecting Trump to accidentally give another tariff exemption on Truth Social. Meta January 2027 $600 calls, well, $630 calls actually, and $600 calls both got hit on the tape for big money buys, but the averages are insane. The 630s that are expiring in 2027 have an $82 or $8,200 contract average, while the $600 calls are rocking a $3,300 average right now. And that's a long dated moonshot with tiny volume, but that's some big conviction as well. IV is low, and if Zuck survives the antitrust trial and Threads doesn't implode, this could absolutely run. Oh, and someone also, no, we already talked about that, but play the sympathy with the short dated calls around the $520 to $530 area. Earnings are coming, and if they drop AI buzzwords, expect absolute fireworks. Now, we also had some NVDA hopping on the action. We had 115 calls and 110 calls. The 115s are expiring next week, while the 110s are expiring for the 17th here, as we can see in our screenshots. And we saw a cheeky little $120 call with 5 millions in premiums that casually just slipped in as well. And that's dated for next year as well. This guy is basically saying this will print and I'm not waiting for Taiwan or Trump. Oh, and IV is mid 40s, juicy but not unreasonable. A trade idea here is stack spreads from 110 to 120 if you want to ride the hype without selling your kidneys. Now let's go ahead and talk about some trades that made us question some people's mental health. One that comes to mind is PFE or Pfizer. We had $23 puts and $20 puts that combined for a $5.8 million premium burn. IV's under 40%, and someone's betting on Pfizer rug pull. Maybe another GLP-1 trial just goes poof. Or maybe they know something about those weight loss pills we don't. And I'm pretty sure the GLP one definitely kicked it in the balls. So pretty sure that happened. But a trade idea here could be pair this with some VKTX or LLY calls if you're into the sector rotation with a little side of doom. Now, if you want to join the expensive puts club, then just look no further than Tesla and Netflix. Tesla, we had $250 puts that are due for 2026 with 3.25 million spent, but $6,500 per contract. And Netflix, we had a $305 put. Nope, not a $305 put. We had a $950 put. That's right. And that was at Grant, wow, 127.75 average. So, yeah, 250 volumes low on those, but that's a lot of time and a lot of doom baked in. It could be hedges or just doomsday prep. Either way, if these hit, we're probably living in bunkers at that point. And a trade idea here would be buy shorter dated puts post earnings, fade the AI pump, and hope Musk doesn't tweet about Mars again. Now, what's my final verdict here? Institutions are buying long dated exposure on tech, fading pharma, and praying the Fed prints when Trump finally breaks the bond market again. So, what should you do? Watch the sectors, follow the flow, don't marry a bag, and always remember if your trade thesis starts with what if Trump tweets again, you're not investing, you're gambling just with some extra unnecessary steps. That's all I have for you in this episode. Let me know what else you would want to see, or if there's tickers you want me to dive deeper into, and I'll see you in the next one.